This is Elbows and Jumpers, Season 2, Episode 2.
Welcome. We got a sports and culture show from a Houstonian perspective. We have Rudy and DJ Scratchy Scratch over here, live from the Scratch Media Studios up in Northside, Houston, Texas.
What up?
And we got our host with the most, Mr. Dennis Patel.
Welcome. So it's been a minute since we met. Omicron hit everybody hard for a minute there. The NBA was ravaged. The people were ravaged. Supply chain issues were everywhere. People still don't have PS5s. And it feels like we're in the East Coast in Houston, Texas right now. Not the traditional East Coast, the Pimp C East Coast, of course.
It's very cold, very icy.
Yeah,
very
man.
icy.
This is how cold it gets out in Atlanta. It's not supposed to be like that out here, but you know, it's nice. It gives you a little bit something to appreciate the better weather that we do get in the next coming weeks, right?
Yeah, so we don't take it for granted.
Not at all.
Mm-hmm.
So just want to talk about what we're going to be discussing today. Obviously, we're going to talk about Rockets basketball, touch on the Dynamo, touch on the Super Bowl. Definitely talk about the halftime show. There's a Janet Jackson documentary that we got to...
It's very good, by the way.
Yeah, we got to definitely discuss that. Janet Jackson's just a fun time.
The Jacksons in general are a fun
Absolutely.
time.
I mean, yes, we should. The Jacksons did something, historical.
Exactly.
Like, I mean,
we are in February.
We are in February.
Yeah, so Black History Month.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. Should be celebrated all year round, all cultures, but we'll make it extra special this month.
And then got the All-Star game coming up.
Yeah.
I think that's where I think that's where we should start, is discussing how we have 3 players going into the Rising Stars Challenge. What are y'all thoughts on, where those young guys are? If you're not aware, Şengün, Green, and KPJ.
So we're not going to talk at all about the Rockets record or anything.
I mean, we're going to get to that. Let's talk. I mean, we're
going to start with the positive first.
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like we got to start dumping right away.
Much.
I just wanted to, I like giving the general overview,
Yeah, we're going to give a general, okay, yeah, maybe we should discuss before. Okay, maybe subconsciously I was drifting from dealing with where we were currently at.
You gotta give the bad news first, and then
I don't know if it's bad news. I mean,
we're in last place.
No, we're not. We are in third to last place, still in contention to get a top 3 pick.
Well, I was talking about last place in the Western Conference, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But there's more last to be, is what I'm saying. We're not last. We're just almost last. We're just last.
So we're gonna have a good draft pick this year.
I'm hoping. So we got to talk about. I mentioned Omicron. I don't mean it's what. Sorry for everybody that is dealing with whatever they were dealing with. I think some of us got caught up in that too. But what it did do was you had players out of games during the pre-All-Star weekend. So you had some schedule shuffling. You had time for teams to take a skid. Right now, yeah, we're third to the bottom in the league, but we're 4-10 in our last 10. 4-6 in our last 10 games. So there's been some positive stuff there, and I think we have 3 players going to the Rising Stars Challenge. You're seeing changes in the player development. You're seeing people actually grow. I think a big snub right now is Josh Christopher not going to the Rising Stars Challenge. I think he's this last game was ridiculous. So
I definitely agree with you. I see growth. I think we would have saw more growth if we would have gave the keys, to Josh Christopher as being a point guard. Because I mean, like we said before, John Wall's undoubtedly not coming back. Right?
Man, that's another topic too, right? Because the trade rumors regarding Eric Gordon, Christian Wood, and of course John Wall. I mean, it's they really wait until the last minute on these triggers that they need to pull.
Yeah, exactly.
Something like I don't know if it's going to be a bad thing if we get to the trade deadline and nothing happens, but we should definitely get value back. I think, I don't know, man.
Somebody's going to need John Wall.
Where the fuck is the market for Eric Gordon right now? Like, somebody should be chomping at the bits. This dude, to me, could have been an all-star if it wasn't for those ACL injuries. He's showing the kind of athleticism and strength and ability to drive to the hole, hit that 3 from deep. He showed out against players like Steph Curry. And he could, oh my God, his post defense. Like he brings so much to a team. You would think that we would see somebody like teams jumping at the chance to get him.
I'm sure it's gonna happen. It's gonna be. I mean, Waj is gonna break out some news.
Sound like somebody desperate for a date. Like, why won't anybody marry me?
No, I mean, usually the trades happen, right before All-Star break. When is the trade deadline? After or before?
Hold on.
I don't really know, but
continue.
Yeah, usually it starts popping off like somewhere around that time. Yeah, and I expect Eric Gordon to be traded because of that asset. I feel like John Wall is going to be moved as well because I mean these contending teams have those needs for these veteran guys.
You would think there'd be with what the Lakers are doing right now. It's a little bit of a meme. I'm not going to dump on them because I believe in the star player ability to rise to whatever challenge comes before them at the time. The regular season is not going to be where they're going to be putting their all and making themselves injured because they're going to save that energy for when the time comes where they need to reach really deep within to be that star player. Mm-hmm. That's a whole different kind of I guess discipline of what kind of player you are, knowing yourself enough to know how you need to be from game to game. And I respect these players to make those decisions. But you would think the Lakers, with everything going on, you would have media saying, well, how about blah, blah, blah to the Lakers? Well, how about, I don't hear none of that. Mm-hmm. We see that the Trailblazers made a interesting move with the Clippers.
The Clippers won on that one. So they're positioning themselves on
Norman Powell, right?
Yeah, Norman Powell is a shooter. He can create his own shot. I don't know what the Trailblazers.
Covington went to the Trailblazers. I thought.
No. Covington is going to the Clippers as well.
Oh yeah, that's right. So that's a big pickup.
Got some good defense,
and they're putting that's what Kawhi and PG coming. They're basically setting themselves up for next year because they're not coming back for the rest of the season.
Who are you talking about?
Kawhi and PG.
Oh yeah, I guess Kawhi's not playing the rest of the year. So I mean that would be a good move to have. Well, Norman Powell, in the starting lineup and then Covington, that stretch three to play defense and give you.
I'm happy for him.
Yeah. So they're gonna be making a run. I guess Leonard. I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen with him.
But in general, if you had trade partners for Houston, I don't think we're trying to make any moves with Philadelphia due to our cold relationship with the general manager of that team, Daryl Morey.
We hate talking about rumors, but I have heard, yeah.
Do tell.
The 76ers.
I hate rumors, but I love gossip.
I just have to mention it because you mentioned 76ers. And it seems like Daryl Morey is looking to get James Harden for Ben Simmons. And I think that would actually fit for both teams. I mean, James Harden would dominate with Embiid at the pick and roll, and he would actually do really well. And he's familiar with Morey, so that might be a good trade.
I mean, but I don't really believe in. For some reason, I don't believe in James Harden and Joel Embiid as a duo putting it together during crunch time.
Well, yeah, they probably need some chemistry to. They probably wouldn't.
They need a strong somebody, but the thing is, I think it's getting a little late in Harden's career to constantly try to rebuild a super team. I think it's worth making a run with the Nets.
I think so too. If they can just get their stuff together, it's just. I mean, Kyrie. We didn't talk about him last episode, but the talent is there. Obviously, he dominates games, but the discipline is not. So I mean, he's going, and through his, it's code, bro.
Nah, it ain't code.
His personal stuff or whatever. But I mean, he's a part-time NBA player who plays away games. And from what I've seen, he's been doing decent. Recently, they just because they don't have the chemistry.
Yeah,
him and James Harden haven't meshed well. Durant is currently not playing due to his injury.
I mean that's the thing. You can't really judge these teams today as they are based on their schedules because there's a bunch of things going on with each team. You got a player entirely sitting out with the Sixers.
It's a weird time again. It's nothing. I mean, it's not normal yet.
Yeah,
maybe next season.
I think the trade deadline coming up is going to help us see what the season is. So going back to the Rockets, I think I know that if you were listening to the show, you would think that we outside of the fact that we acknowledge we had the third worst record, that we're still up. I'm still optimistic on our team. I enjoy watching from play to play, seeing the players develop. I've seen KPJ go from almost scoring 10 points a game to currently he's around 17, becoming a better leader. Especially after our episode last time, we had a situation where Chris Wood and KPJ left the team at halftime, and when they came back, since then the team has been very different. They've got a different energy level. I see John Lucas really getting fired up on the sidelines. It's super. To me, I feel the coaching staff is getting to them. Scratch.
What's up?
Oh, are you looking at me like?
Oh, no. I'm listening.
No, you're just on a roll. But
I'm listening.
I mean, to a certain degree, I mean, I see what you're saying.
That's why I brought it up, because I know that you're going to give me that flip side.
Well, yeah,
because the truth is that. Go ahead.
The truth is, you remember last episode where we're on a winning streak, right?
Yes, sir.
And Jalen Green Jalen Green at the time was out, right?
Yeah.
You remember that? And you're like, when Jalen Green comes back, oh, we're gonna be dominating. And I was like, no.
Well, we still got it. Remember Gary Bird had Omicron. We had Jason Tate out for a while. Like, we got to acknowledge that we didn't have our regular lineup for a good portion of the December, January games.
Here's the point. So we're winning without, Jalen Green and all that. You're making excuses. Bet I'm going to hold you to it. So this is what happened. When Jalen Green came back into the lineup, what happened?
I can't put that all on Jalen.
We became ass. And it's not due to Jalen Green being a sorry player, because he's not. But he has all the talent in the world, but he needs to learn what his role is. He plays like he's the best player on the team. He's not. He could.
We're giving him the keys to the car. That's why
he shouldn't have the keys right now. The thing is, it should be Christian Wood's team, and we could actually be a very decent team if the offense was ran around him.
Christian Wood, I've loved seeing his growth up until this point, but his free throws right now, and sometimes his decision making when he's got 3 players on him.
You know why that happens? Like, again, you got to understand the big picture.
So that's the next step that I wanted you to go to.
If the offense was ran around Christian Wood, then everything would be flowing, as I said last episode. And he needs to be alongside of Şengün, so his legs won't be so tired when he gets.
I think as the season goes on, though, like that recently happened last game. I think what's been very interesting about being a Rockets fan right now is that it seems like the fans of the Rockets are intimate, because the only people watching they really love Houston.
It's you. You're the only person watching the Rockets games.
Nah, man,
I watch them here and
there.
Them
games are fun. Clutch is doing his thing. They got the fun fans out there doing the dance cams, the kiss cams. You've got the Red Dragon, the Red Panda out there. They've got a hell of a halftime entertainment show. It is a total experience bootlegging Rockets games.
Sure is, all right.
Man, I
it is a total fan experience.
I'm just not entertained by knowing that we're not going to go anywhere this year. I understand the growth perspective, but we could be growing so much, like how you said previously. We're here to not necessarily be a playoff contending team, but to develop our players. If that is the true case, then let Josh Christopher run the one.
Going back to it, but going back to the fan thing, that's exactly what's happening. You had fan feedback saying, "Hey, maybe we should." I know that Christian Wood and Şengün playing together gives you a headache. It gives us a headache too. But maybe, hear me out, maybe they can figure it out. And we put them together yesterday, and we saw some.
You know what? I'm glad you brought up that point. The way that we figure it out, and I'm sorry to say, is by getting a new coach. Because Steven Silas is horrible rotations. I've seen it long enough where he doesn't build on our strengths. They got a different strategy. He's very conservative. It's stupid strategy because it's not letting anybody develop to their true potential. Jalen Green is running around like he just owns the show and jacking up shots left and right. He really does. If he would,
he's getting the game speed. His shot is got a little bit of a hitch in it. I don't know if you noticed. They fixed that a little bit when he came back from the injury.
It's not that, bro. He needs to learn how to follow a point guard's lead and put Josh Christopher in there. Like I said before, let him, let Jalen Green come off of screens and just make his work easier, and he would do really well. Kevin Porter Jr., he's been doing again the most at the point guard role, but that's not his primary position. And the thing is, that's what I'm saying is we need a new coach to run a different offensive system. They're
playing AAU basketball.
Yeah, they're playing AAU. They're still playing that James Harden ball, that stupid James Harden ball that leads you nowhere. There's no chemistry being built. And I'm like, come on, man.
But check this out. We played the Warriors twice recently. Steph Curry had so much love for Silas because that was one of his first coaches coming into the NBA, right? Luka Doncic was the last coach. I think we got to respect when you got these revolutionary talents, giving props to this head coach that maybe
that's because he's a specialist. That's what Steven Silas is. It's okay not to be.
We got Hornacek, we got John Lucas.
Yeah, but to be a leader, a head coach, you have to learn how to fit the pieces in the right place. Steven Silas seems like he's a good offensive mind, But when you have a star on the team, is when he does really well. Right now, we have a young rookie team, and this is not the optimal opportunity for him. If you were to put him on a veteran team, I'm sure that Steven Silas would do really well.
So I'm not actually disagreeing with you at all. I was just being defensive because everything you said is true.
Thank you.
The minutes restrictions and like it's the frustrating part because you'll see a player playing well and maybe getting into foul trouble. But I feel like let's go ahead and let them hit their head against the wall a few times. If they're gonna hit it,
that's stupid, bro. You're literally giving them the wrong plan to follow.
That's true too.
That's why I can't watch Rockets games because I know the outcome. Yeah, they'll play hard, and then Steven Silas will.
There are moments where they have breakthroughs within the game. Like you'll see some great two-player action. Right now, our big thing is our post moves with Şengün, how Wood and Şengün are feeding off each other,
exactly.
And also the slashes to the middle. I think our passing has improved. If you see from the beginning of the season and now, that's a slow progress that
that was always there. The thing is, Steven Silas is not building on those strengths. So that's why it annoys me to watch a game where tied at halftime and then the lead is blown at the third quarter or fourth quarter because we're not using the same rotation that got us there.
But the truth of the matter is we have a youthful team. We're not gonna that extra gear that I talk about, those all-stars and Olympians having in those last 5 minutes. We've shown that KPJ has that gene where he's hit 3 game winners on last second three pointers.
But he's working his ass off to do that.
Yeah,
you don't need to put that much effort when you have a good coach.
Man, they played action to get him open. Gary Bird had some game winners as well. So I mean,
the thing is about consistency. So that's why it puzzles me to see like, okay, this is working. Why are you stopping and doing that strategy? So it's either for
I
me.
Got no defense. Though. I mean, I'm not defending it.
I'm just saying.
I'm here witnessing it too.
What I want to learn, when we go to our next segment, is how do you find it so entertaining? Because to me, it pisses me off to just watch what's gonna happen. I mean, I know they're gonna lose because of the coaching.
Mm-hmm.
So
no, I mean, I watch possession to possession. We have if I watch an offensive set. And I see a play unfold. I see the screens. I see the cuts. I see where the players are going to in the corners. All that stuff. And then you see them fuck it up. To be honest, you'll see them fuck it up.
Exactly.
And then you go to the other side, and they're either playing full on switching. They're like, oh my god, they're playing great defense. Their players are switching, knowing exactly what spots they got to get to. It's like, and you see a little dance being made, and they get the stop, and they come back on the other side, and they figure it out.
This is a good cue for scratch. I mean, I think you watch it so you can, somebody can show you a good time. I don't know what that song is. Show me a good time. Well, that's Drake's song. Yeah, so you can cue that up because that's what you like. Is you want to have a good time. You look for it for entertainment.
Yeah,
and I'm not okay with that, bro.
I know you're not. That's why man, it takes a certain zen and meditation to get to this point to watch sports without feeling like
call it zen. I call it something else. Bro, I'm like, because I'm glad you're loyal, but it's
just entertainment. It's entertainment.
To each his own. This is Elbows and Jumpers, episode 2, season 2. We back.
Welcome back. So we're talking about the Rockets season so far. Obviously disappointing if you were trying to go to the playoffs or win a championship.
Exactly.
Like a Texans fan.
Yeah. My high expectations.
Totally reasonable. We should always win a championship. By the way, we were just talking about the GM and the coach and how based on our performance currently, how could we possibly say that they are doing their job effectively? Well, I view it from a standpoint of we've got a long-term horizon here. I think that Tillman Fertitta, like compared to what I said last year, I think I've made up that I think that he's spending the money. I feel confident in his decision making currently. Would I like the city of Houston as the citizens of which to own the team? Yes, but at the time being, I enjoy. He's spending the money. They got a brand new airplane. I see that the players like playing for him. And matter of fact, every game, all the Houston locals, I guess celebrities or stars, it's a meeting place for them to kind of. For everybody to come together, like especially if you've got Houston running through your veins. So I know that maybe the team isn't playing well. To me, they're still one of the most fun franchises to be a part of and a fan base to be a part of.
It's like watching your, I guess, third or fourth child grow up.
Yes,
with this team.
Yes,
bro.
I see it with that. I love them like I love children, and not in no weird ass way. But like they're 19 and 20 years old. I get it, man. The young G's gonna come up their own little way. We got to see them do what they do.
I mean,
I'm hoping we make it. Some of them ain't. Some going to go to China to play basketball. Some going to go to Turkey. But man, for the time being, while they're here making it, it's like watching a real life movie unfold.
we definitely have the talent in place for a long-term growth, but because of my high expectations of every year, I feel like
you need that.
You can be a winning team every year. You really can, especially with this talent. We could. I mean, I feel like if we had the right veterans in place, we'll be right there in a good playoff run, and that's what makes it entertaining. We're in Houston. We want to see the playoffs.
Yeah.
We don't want to.
We want to turn up.
Yeah, we want to turn up. It's what?
We win the game. We all want to go out.
Exactly. Around April, May time, we want to support our team every year.
Yeah.
We have good weather. So I
Nice.
mean, now
The
we're
Sunday
gonna
games
we're gonna
become
close up. We're gonna close up shop. After our season's done.
Springtime is the time for brunch and Sunday basketball. That's around the corner. This is a whole lifestyle that's coming up.
Exactly.
That's why it's like sports and culture, because it's so intermingled, right?
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of culture, Greg Popovich of the Spurs was saying they're finding a way. It's a great pace to it, and it's the best way to start. Everything else comes from after that, as you learn week to week, month to month. Whether you win or lose, just filling up the computer. They're doing things the right way. That's from Pop, and they kicked our ass.
It's just, I'm
So
not, like I said before,
you get a cosign.
I don't, yeah, that's cool if we get a cosign. He's happy because we suck. And we're in the same division. So,
Get some extra win.
We fucking up his draft picks, though, because I don't think they're going to the playoffs.
His team is equivalent, Greg Popovich's team, the Spurs, are equivalent to our team in age, pretty much. But they're outperforming us in every way. They have the discipline. We don't.
They've been together more, right?
They have 5 more games won than us. They're not that much better, is what I'm saying.
I feel
now, I'll say
DeJounte
DeJounte Murray impressed the hell out of me yesterday. So
I feel like they're more disciplined.
And they match, and particularly against Houston, what they bring out our biggest hurdle right now, which is Christian Wood is small, and against that Portal dude, he's getting his ass kicked.
And that brings up the point of Christian Wood still playing the stupid ass center position. But I actually thought that the Spurs, and you corrected me on this, I thought that they were winning a little more, probably like 10 games ahead, but only 5 games.
Yeah.
With some, and they have a disciplined coach. Maybe Pop is losing a little bit because
there are rumors of people saying that. I disagree with that. I think
not losing it mentally, but maybe he's not as hard as he used to be on his other players.
They were saying that
because he used to bitch out Manobly.
They were saying during the last game.
Yeah, I remember that.
They were saying during the last
Ginobili,
game.
not Manobly. Ginobili.
They were saying during the last game that the pace that the Spurs currently play at is the fastest it's ever been because the legs that he has are so young. So in the history of Pop's Spurs franchise, he's playing them according to the type of talent they have, which in the efficiency landscape, which we suck at because we try to beat people with possessions because of our legs, thinking that we can outrun them. But the problem is when a team buckles down, they stomp on us.
You got to learn pace, even with young players who have maximum energy. You got to learn how to slow the game down. If Jalen Green learned how to slow the game down, he would do really well. But because you want to, drive at 100 miles per hour every, possession of the game, you have nothing left in the fourth quarter. So that's part of, just learning from people who have won that they slow the game down. Just like LeBron James, he plays that half court game. He's not trying to run up and down, and he's trying to beat you down on the block so that when it comes to the fourth quarter, kind of like a boxer, if you work the body in the fourth quarter, you're not going to have anything left. Your legs are gone. So that's something that should be taught and coached to this team. And again, we're back to the point where with Christian Wood, we still need a real center.
And he's going to be possibly gone. Eric Gordon is going to be possibly gone.
Shane Goon should be like right there. I mean, he has the body.
But we'll see what happens at the All-Star break and the trade deadline because I think that's where it's after the All-Star break. But I think that's where we'll see what the season's going to shape up to be. I'm still going to be watching regardless of what happens. If we totally unload our team and get the draft picks, like I said, I like seeing these young guys have a great time. Those victories, you can see them turning the corner. I think Josh Christopher is a revelation. I think he is a hell of a win in terms of our drafting.
He had that talent,
that
Westbrook type of talent with a better shot,
and he's got heart. He had 3 steals in a row yesterday. That's what I'm saying. Let him start. I think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, once we trade away Gordon,
Eric Gordon. Yeah, we're not gonna have a choice.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's gonna be full youth movement, and I love it. It's like seeing an AAU team or like
I hate watching AAU
or maybe a really great college team playing against the best players in the league. And by the way, you saw KPJ versus Steph Curry. KPJ was talking shit to Steph Curry, actually playing better than him. But then, since Steph, that woke Steph Curry up from his shooting slump. He came back and had one of the best games since he came back from injury.
I love that tenacity that Kevin Porter Jr. has.
That shit is fun.
That's what you need to be, have that Mambo mentality, as you develop. Right now, I would watch every game if Josh Christopher started at the 1. Because then I'll be like, okay, now we're actually playing.
See, now that's the wavelength I'm on though. So I'm waiting to see that Rocky moment where you see somebody coming from nothing and turning themselves into an NBA star. That journey is so much fun. I think we are going to see Josh Christopher start at some point. I think it's going to be great to realize that and being there for the whole journey is part of the fun. Yeah.
So you think it's going to happen? So what are your thoughts on Coach Silas? Do you think we need a new coach, or do you think he should just ride it out?
I'm a fan.
Year after year after year.
Well, I mean, I think next year we have a potential to make a huge jump.
So you're giving them until next year?
Yeah, I can reevaluate next. I think we're a playoff team next year. Of course, I have the habit of seeing the glass half full.
With Silas, I don't think we're a playoff team with Silas at all. Just because of the rotation. Go to a veteran team.
He was a playoff coach when he was with the Mavericks.
He was an assistant. Assistant.
But it was his offense. Which, by the way, we're one of the best. We're one of the best offenses, or not one of the best. We're better in offense than we're in defense. And
our defense is horrible.
Yeah, we're pretty bad.
The thing, like I said before, as a coach, you're the main leader, and you need to have a really bird's eye view of everything that's going on, not just offense. So I feel like I hate to say like you're not qualified to be coaching, but I feel like a Sam Cassell, would teach these young men how to man up and follow real direction. Right now, these kids, and kind of rightfully so, they don't value Silas's opinion very much.
You putting way too much opinion on their thought.
Why would they spaz out? Why would they spaz out and during halftime say, "I'm not coming back"?
That was a long time ago. We passed that now.
It happened. A coach
but Christian Wood and KPJ came back on fire since that moment. Sometimes that's that getting baptized in the fire stuff. I mean, it's gonna happen. By the way, since then we have seen Hakeem Olajuwon training with Şengün.
That's a big deal. I like that.
The moves they were making.
He showed some moves. Last night.
Oh yeah, he dropped the old boy from the Spurs,
yes.
Collins.
That was nice.
And see, this is the difference between somebody who has the fundamental skills and is willing to learn, as opposed to Dwight Howard when he was learning from Hakeem. Didn't even really want to learn.
Oh my God. I could only imagine how much Hakeem was cursing inside his head talking to Dwight Howard.
We're all happy. We're like, oh, hell yeah, he's working with Hakeem.
He learned nothing from Hakeem. Nothing. He learned how to move his elbows and just elbow people.
All he did was raise his elbows even higher.
He did not pivot, not move his hips, nothing.
It was bad. It's like he was doing it's called a pirouette, I think, in ice skating. Don't ask me how I know that shit, but when
it's a commonly used term, that's why you know it.
Oh, okay. Either way, they were. Thank you for that.
Yeah,
but he's still a champion though.
Yeah. Oh my God. But when I saw Şengün and Hakeem doing the spins, they were doing them in sync. It was like a damn basketball ballet, man. And then when you see it unfold in the game, again, another source of joy.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
Beautiful, exactly. I mean, from the perspectives that we gave, the different views. Hopefully, Josh Christopher is put at the 1 after the trade deadline. And if that happens, I'll watch every game, therefore, and join you, maybe in attending a game.
There you go.
Because right now they're not getting my money.
So let's talk about some of the teams around the league that that are winning. So you got the Suns in the number 1 position with Chris Paul and his vegan ass at 41-10.
You want to touch on that and eat your words from
what words?
You used to talk mad shit about Chris Paul last season.
Yeah, because he decided to go vegan the year after he left the Rockets.
He was always good, bro. He's always cold.
But he didn't. He was. Oh my God.
I know what you mean.
He was always good. I mean, of course, because he went vegan. That shows his character, that he's willing to adjust to accommodate.
It's just that he's a great player.
That's what you should be.
He's a better player. I am supporting him. I was supporting them during the playoffs last year.
A little too late.
Yeah, it's a little too late.
It's a little too late
for you, because I did not see that in your heart. You hated that man.
You did.
You disliked him. I don't think you hate anybody, but you just very
I think
much
he's
disliked him.
that player that you like on your team, but when you play against him, you're like, fuck that dude.
Oh yeah, always.
Always, yeah.
That's all it is. You know, it's all.
But
love.
he was on our team, and you hated him when he was playing for us.
No, I didn't hate him. No, I love Chris Paul.
Okay, thank you. We have that on record.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, there's no question about that. That's I love the fact that he was on our team. I think he's one of the best basketball minds and most intelligent players out there. That's like bar none. Like right now,
still doing it right
yeah,
now.
it's
It's crazy.
It's a big reason why the Suns are winning.
I hope he gets it this year, man, because he deserves it.
Yeah, he recently had an interview talking about that, where if he wins or not. I think some of the things we're talking about today have halo around a certain persona of basketball love. It's like Larry Brown. Larry Brown's whole thing was he was always about taking on a team, turning them into a championship contender, and then bouncing. Because he loved the struggle of the game, and he would always leave. So now his ass is out the NBA after dealing with Allen Iverson. Now he's at SMU coaching these kids in this program that isn't exactly one of the most well-funded or one of the top programs, but he's brought them into relevance because it's the Larry Brown way.
So it was that paid in full mentality. I love the game.
Yeah.
I
love the game. I love the hustle.
Yeah, it's beautiful to see it, but it's also beautiful to see it be rewarded, and that's what I'm hoping for the Rockets, that effort to be rewarded. And the Suns, I mean, they're doing their thing. Mm-hmm. Are we going to go down the list?
Yeah, we are. So I'm going to talk about on the East Coast, you got...
Well, keep going on the Warriors.
On the West?
Yeah.
So the Warriors are number 2, 40-13. Klay Thompson's back.
He's back. And I saw his first game back. It was amazing.
It was amazing.
He just smashed off of a pick and roll. And it was good to see him with that confidence and that bounce.
He took
2 years
Oh my
off?
God,
he's not even scared.
He got a hair trigger.
Yeah, he was ready.
He's got a hair trigger. He catches that ball, he's shooting the fuck out. Like it's like playing NBA Jam with the worst partner. Mm-hmm. Like every time I pass it, you're shooting it. I hate you.
So how do you feel about Steph Curry now as a all-time great?
I mean, it's obvious. One thing that I saw interesting was that
I do remember that.
You remember when he was like, nah,
he hasn't been to the playoffs since Kevin Durant left him, though. Got real quiet.
No, he hasn't.
Because remember, that was all the injuries.
Yeah, all the injuries.
He had still nobody ain't been to the playoffs.
Yeah, but you can't. That's like T-Mac. That's like T-Mac going to the playoffs or exceeding his first round.
So I mean, I think this is the year where we find out what kind of Warriors team.
You actually need a team behind you to actually do well.
Tough
you
to
can't.
Win a championship.
You can't win a championship by yourself. The only person that's moderately done that is Jordan because he developed the team.
Yeah,
it's so hard.
Anybody else cannot do it on their own.
I think with Steph Curry's shooting slump as of recent before that KPJ game. He came down to earth a little bit. I'm curious again. I think the season changes after the All-Star game, and I think that's where we're going to see a lot of the schedule moves. So my opinion of what I see right now isn't complete reality just yet.
Well,
we're about to see a different level coming.
They're
forward.
number 2, and one other thing that I want to touch on the Warriors about Steph Curry is he develops a team. So Wiggins ass before he came to the Warriors.
Yeah, that's a little controversial.
I mean, he was with the Timberwolves and he wasn't playing well.
Controversial in the sense that, like, he's a starting. Isn't he a starter?
He's an all-star player.
Starting.
He's an all-star because of Steph Curry.
Yeah, he's starting. Wow.
So
yes, he made the all-star team
and starting.
Damn.
Yeah, so it's not just. I mean, some of that's branding because of the Warriors shine.
No, that's definitely Steph Curry putting you in the right positions to shine. And that's what a good team, that's what a phenomenal player does.
Isn't Wiseman still out?
Yeah.
They say.
Wow.
Isn't he by the way, he's a potential trade target for the Rockets.
We need veterans, man. Yeah. Come on. Like, I don't want to wait 7 years for us to,
as we go down this list of teams, like, think about who's on there and what a player. I mean, we went through Phoenix, went through Golden State. Next up is Memphis. As y'all know, I'm a big fan of John Morant. He's been killing it. What do y'all think?
That's all I know about Memphis is,
John Morant.
Yeah, Morant.
They still got that hustle and grind mentality. They still play the same way as they always have. That's a fun franchise. I feel a kinship to everything Memphis for some reason. But that team really represents what kind of basketball I like. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I just like their identity as a team. Like they've been playing this way since the Marc Gasol days, I think, with Zach Randolph and all that. I think they're continuing. I just love watching.
So that brand of hard-nosed basketball is still there. That's good. That's good to know.
That's so like as we're watching these Rockets games, it's like you have a different guest come into your home and they got a different personality and you learn how to have a fun evening with them. You're not going to have the best dance with everybody. Some people are going to be assholes and stomp all over you. Other ones, will be a fun little back and forth. So Memphis is one of those teams. Utah is one of those teams where any moment we get to play them.
They're number 4, by the way.
Yes.
Utah, but they're always up there just because
they got talent.
Well, they just play hard.
Yeah, they do.
and
that
the thing that doesn't
Quinn
bring
Snyder
him
does
over the
that
edge.
cocaine, and he's wired up.
Wow,
there.
wow, it is a whole.
Wait, you know what? I did not mean to say that. Maybe he looks like it, or I don't know.
He has that.
Maybe that's wrong.
He has
too.
that Miami Vice look. That's what you're looking for.
That intensity. He's just got intensity.
He has that sharp nose, Miami Vice. I mean, now it makes sense. So I get what you're saying.
Yes,
it reminds me of GT. He reminds me of a GTA player when you go to the Miami Vice Club. So I get that. He's
an intense dude, I can tell. So they play hard, and I look forward to watching them fall apart in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. That's Maxwell, Vernon Maxwell.
I am a big fan of Vernon Maxwell. Mm-hmm. I love that he is as good a fan as he was a player.
Yeah, definitely.
That man like bleeds red.
Yeah. Next we got the
Mavericks.
Is this Luka's finally deep playoff run or no?
Luka's currently overweight right now, and
he's back.
Is he back?
Yeah,
he played himself into shape.
Yeah. You see that dunk last night?
Okay, if he's dunking, then he's back.
Okay. He's doing.
Well, that's what he does. Like
he does.
He waits.
Every year. I see him coming into the league fat. He's doing the Shaq thing. I'm not mad at it again. Yeah. I know they're competing against NFL ratings, but after we have the March Madness, and then we have all of our attention focused on either beginning like preseason baseball and there's only basketball, and they see themselves on ESPN every night and they step up.
Yeah.
So I think Luka's going to probably get there. I think
he sheds that weight around All-Star break.
They're currently so if Utah would have faced the Mavericks in the playoffs,
you give it to the Mavericks.
Look at this right here.
Let me see.
Getting in his back.
Oh my god! Oh yeah, that's nice.
I saw Şengün have a better one than that though.
That we just watched Luka dunking over who was that? Drummond.
Oh, that's a big one. That was
a big
nice
one. Yeah, that was really nice.
But Drummond gets dunked on.
He does, but Luka's supposed to do that, and he's doing it.
Yeah.
So
everything worked out as planned.
Yeah.
I mean, if you told me Luka dunked on Drummond, I didn't need visual proof. I was going to believe you.
What you're saying is he's taking it seriously. You know?
He's finally in shape.
He's got liftoff.
I mean, that's what it is. I mean, me and Scratch.
It's hard to lift a dozen donuts.
Me and Scratch talked about it before. It's like when we were playing high school ball, we got in shape towards the end of the season, and it was over, so it was pointless at that point. These guys have 82 games, so
see what I mean? Like that youthful energy of just what you're supposed to do, but you still don't do it.
Yeah,
it's just a thing. We can't fight nature.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Nuggets are next.
Nuggets.
Then Bobo got traded, or was it?
Not yet. No, they got vetoed.
Oh, okay.
Well, not vetoed. It got rescinded
because of his.
But Joker's still doing Joker things. Jamal Murray's still not around.
Mm-hmm. Is he coming back this year? It doesn't seem that way.
It doesn't seem like it.
Uh-huh.
And you get too long in a year, it's no point in coming back like towards the end.
It seems like the I guess the standard or staple to follow is now Klay Thompson. Give yourself as long as you need to recover from those type of injuries, right?
I mean, I think
because even Durant
he re-injured himself.
Yeah,
though.
he did.
Oh, he re-injured.
Yeah, he wasn't just out for 2 years over one injury.
Because he was almost back, and
that's true.
That's I think ACL.
That happens.
ACL was first, and his Achilles
during practice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean that injury thing is a big deal to me. I pay, and I think we talked about that where it's not just about you having the best player, but your best player's got to be able to play the games.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's why it's so hard to win a championship.
Exactly.
Yeah,
takes a lot.
Minnesota. That's a weird
star.
team.
No, they have that star,
Anthony Bennett.
Yeah, Anthony Edwards.
Anthony Edwards and Carl Anthony Towns, of course. I actually do not like them as a team. They piss me off every time they play because they play well, but they play
it's just
bully ball.
It's discipline. It's discipline. You know,
they're a good team. They piss me off though when we play against them because they do things like just they play that sniping basketball. The people that do everything, little thing right to get rebounds and steals.
And
that's the
they be trying hard.
That's one thing about the Rockets. We don't fucking box out ever. Why y'all trying so hard? 1 through 5 has to box out for us to win, and we don't do it. Yeah. So the Rockets right now honestly depend on their center to get every rebound. Yeah. When in honesty, as a team, everybody should be boxing out to help, whoever's gonna get the rebound get it. So who's next? The Clippers. We touched on them already.
Yeah. Lakers are out of the playoffs as it stands right now. I think, of course, they're going to make a run.
They'll turn it on.
I have no I don't know why anybody makes any opinion about a team where their number one player is out currently.
They'll turn it up. So I have no issues with the Lakers.
Portland
is done.
Well, why would they be done? We got Damian Lillard.
I think he's about to get traded.
To
trade deadline?
Huh?
You think so?
I think he's getting traded. Because why would you empty assets like Covington and the other guy?
They're like, this ain't. What's the record? What's the record, by the way?
I'm looking at it right now. 21 and 32. They're 10th in the Western Conference.
I think Damian Lillard has learned his lesson where he's like, I'm not going off anymore. It's hitting 50 when I don't have the support.
Yeah, because he hasn't been
just going in like
no highlights.
No highlights. Yeah. So I think he's ready to get traded.
Well, he was out for a while. McCollum played very well against, but it's the Trailblazers got a weird franchise. I think all these teams that like Utah that I'm a little biased against, the Blazers as well due to history, but I don't see them turning it around as a franchise.
No, that's it. It's done because I'm okay with Lillard getting traded because he's done everything he could for that team.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the fans of Portland should appreciate it. He did everything he could.
Yeah. That's wild, man. It really is because it's you kind of hope that it would work out so you could see him break through as a player. It's kind of like it's not as bad as CP3, but it's like for him to get over that hump of who's the best point guard, he needs to get further in the playoffs.
I think him with Giannis would be dope.
Oh my God, that'd be
nice.
insane.
Mm-hmm. Wow,
that would be fun.
Wow,
that'd be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, that would be fun.
Yes, think about it.
Why you gotta say shit like that?
Because that's optimal.
Yeah. So there's something surprising is the Pelicans. Like, why are they below the Kings?
Because they don't have like real veterans on their team. That's what happens.
We get down into the weeds too. Though.
I know. We're not gonna talk much more, but about the sorry teams. But the Pelicans, this is what can happen to the Rockets. So the Pelicans have all the talent in the world as well, but without discipline, without veterans to show these young players how to win, you can be in limbo. Just you don't want to. The next level of limbo is the fucking Kings, the Sacramento Kings. They never get out of where they're from. So
you don't want to playoffs in 20 years.
It's because that's management right now. So right now we have a talented GM who identifies talent. Mm-hmm. So we're getting talent for very little value in return. So the trades that we're doing are really great. Mm-hmm. But you also have to have the right coach and some veteran pieces.
I mean, I think as we see the NBA shake up and these contract situations come up, I think we'll see. You can only make the moves where the opportunity presents itself, right? It's like if a player ain't available, they ain't available.
You can make it available.
I mean,
in my NBA 2K, I always make it available. And I actually haven't played this year. That's why I haven't identified much talent just because I've been busy. But usually NBA 2K is a good indicator of where the value is at. If you play it like you're supposed to play it.
Yeah, no, I got a losing record with the Rockets on.
Then it's just want to have fun and not make business deals. Now. It's about business. Yeah.
So we got
thank you, Scratch.
On the Eastern Conference, and again, not to get too far in the weeds, I think you got Chicago, Miami, Cleveland, Milwaukee, Philadelphia, Brooklyn, Toronto, and Boston. That's currently going to the playoffs. Surprise teams that are not going to the playoffs, to me, Atlanta, Washington.
Well, you got to remember the 9 and 10 are still playing. Yeah. So they have a chance.
But
you would expect them to be further?
I would expect Boston to be higher, Charlotte to be higher. Atlanta's is having the wheels come off their whole situation.
You know who's messing the order all up? Are the Cavaliers. Nobody expected the Cleveland Cavaliers to be that high.
Kevin Love and Ricky Rubio, man, talk about coming back for one more Lethal Weapon episode. Like,
isn't Rubio out?
Yeah, he's out.
He's out right now, but they still.
He's done for the season.
I think they traded or something. Something happened with him. Yeah, you might want.
No, he got hurt.
Something happened where we'll confirm while Dennis research as far as what top news happened with the Cleveland Cavaliers. But their talent's been developing. I can look at their roster right now.
I'm looking at it right now.
Gotcha.
It's
So they got Mobley, the rookie that they drafted. Josh Allen seems
Jared Allen.
Oh yeah, Jared Allen. I'm sorry.
Jared Allen, Evan Mobley, Kevin Love. Yeah, they got a solid bench.
Rondo is there now. That was a trade that Rondo came in a trade for Rubio, I believe. Yeah. So Sexton's still there.
Yeah.
And then who's the other guy? There's one more piece to the Cavaliers. We'll figure it out. But I guess who's their coach? Maybe that's what it is. Who's the Cleveland Cavaliers coach?
JB Bickerstaff.
Oh, he was a former Rocket.
Okay. He was one of the masterminds.
Yeah, he was a defensive mind, right?
Damn it, he's ours.
Yeah, he's ours.
He was like
there when
Kevin
was turning up.
Bickerstaff was turning up.
Kelvin Sampson.
That was under that ring.
Yeah, that regime. Okay,
yeah,
they were having fun, but
his ass was turning up with James Harden. Forget him, bro. You supposed to be in practice, watching film. Hey, let's take a little break.
Bet.
All right.
I was trying to get this bag right. I ain't even worried about what I spent last.
Elbows and Jumpers, episode 2, season 2. We back.
Yes, sir. We're just going through around the league stories. Just finished up on Cleveland. Milwaukee's currently number 4. They had some injuries, so they're at where they're at. We know that they are going to be a championship contender. Philly's got Ben Simmons saga still going on. He's still not playing. He's still on the trading block. That shit's weird.
Yeah, Shaq called it out. I mean, from an OG perspective, and I was, verbatim from Shaq. It was, he told him, man up.
Man up and play.
Man up and, take the criticism that you got and don't be ashamed of it. Just use it constructively.
It's weird, though. Like the thing is, he's going to have to go to another team and he's going to have to shoot.
The things you have to face, your weaknesses, is okay. You just develop on them.
Yeah.
The thing, he hid away from it.
I think the phrase I use with you is that maybe he got the yips. And the yips ain't leaving him.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Define yips for the people who...
the yips, when you have a little hitch in your step or something happens...
When you get thrown off balance.
Your shot gets broken, all your equilibrium's gone, so you can't do the thing you normally can do.
Exactly.
Next up is Brooklyn. That's another one of those weird situations where Kyrie decided he didn't want to play. Kevin Durant is currently injured.
And your boy ready to leave.
James Harden ready to leave.
Why has it always got to be my boy?
Because
he plays for the Nets.
You supported him.
Everybody knows.
Did you supported him?
Yes.
I did support him when he was a Rocket. Why wouldn't I? I support Şengün. I support
even
Eric
after
Gordon.
For the people who are
still supporting
for
the
for the people who are just listening to, this is your first episode listening, just listen to season 1 and then you'll have all the context.
Every single time. So
yeah. That, for the Nets, just quickly, this is what happens when you don't take the time to develop chemistry and some of your players lack character here and there.
You think they're gonna I think they're still a championship contender with Milwaukee. I think they're even Chicago might be there making noise. I think Miami is just a team that's punching up right now. But really, it still boils down to Milwaukee and the Nets, right? Because after that, you got Boston, Charlotte, and Atlanta, which aren't really...
I like the Bulls a lot.
You like the Bulls?
Yeah, but I think they're going to fall short to the Bucks.
Oh, really? Oh, so they'll knock themselves out.
Well, I mean, there are two really good, solid teams who play hard, but the Bucks have been there. Mm-hmm. The Bulls haven't.
So I guess I'm kind of like the storyline I'm looking for in the next part of the season is who is Brooklyn going to face in the playoffs in the first round?
I don't know. That's too...
No, I know it's too specific, but what I mean is, if they face a Chicago, if they face Cleveland, for example, these teams that are surprises, right? Or in Chicago's case, maybe not a surprise, but...
The Nets would knock out Cleveland. They would not knock out the Bulls.
Okay.
Yeah. Because the Bulls
and DeMar DeRozan is playing awesome. That's why.
Going in.
Adam Levine, not Adam Levine, Zach Levine.
Zach Levine. See, yeah.
I don't even know how that
Damn. Yeah, I mean it happens. So, anyways, we got the Celtics after? No, the Raptors. I mean, Drake's holding them down.
What? Drake ain't on the court. He's over here taking L's.
Man, he gets more publicity than the
Rihanna
whole
and
team.
I know
ASAP.
he
He
does.
deleted Rihanna and ASAP off his IG.
So we're gonna gossip now.
It turns to gossip podcast.
Yes.
I mean, look, it's Toronto. They we're discussing everything. So the main one talking about Drake in the first. He don't even like. What do you gotta do? He's a brand ambassador for the Raptors, but he is not
You
on the
took the
court.
bait. You took the
I did take the
bait. So anyway, that's that with Toronto.
Toronto.
I don't see them going far.
To be honest, it really feels like we're in an era where they won a championship and they are chilling.
What if Damian Lillard goes to Toronto? Do you think that'll create some magic?
You got Fred VanVleet there, Pascal Siakam. Yeah.
Maybe.
The OG.
But I think Lillard with Drake,
Gary Trent. I look down that roster. It's
Lillard with Drake, they'll probably have music together.
Goran
Nah, that's
Dragic.
true.
Yeah.
They got 21 players. Oh wait,
They have a long roster.
They'll have to give up a lot though, right?
Some draft picks.
Yeah. Oh, see, that's the other part of it. Just like the Ben Simmons thing, you got the Damian Lillard haul that they're going to be talking about, like how many draft picks they're going to get, and you got to have the talent. And right now, I don't think the talent acquisition is out there for these teams because there's not enough talent like to take you to that next level in the playoffs. And the ones that teams do have, they're not trying to give them up. Like Damian Lillard, I guess.
It's creating a culture of working hard.
Mm-hmm.
Damian Lillard definitely brings that to a team. And they have Gary Trent Jr. on there who he played with before.
Raptors they're not playing to their record, I believe. I think they should have a better record than what they currently have.
I think they're playing exactly to the record. They just need one more piece.
Yeah. No, they do need another piece, but damn. Damn.
Yep.
And they got Goran Dragic. I'm a fan of him.
I like Goran. Yeah, Dragic as well. He was with the Rockets.
Mm-hmm.
The Celtics are, you know what happened with them? So, I'm a big fan of Jason Tatum.
Yeah, I was waiting on them, actually. I know that you're a big fan of Jason Tatum.
But Brad Stevens, is that the Stevenson or Stevens?
Yeah, Stevens.
Okay. He got promoted to the executive,
So Ime Udoka.
He doesn't bring that discipline that Brad Stevens did. Yeah, so that's why they're falling off. You need discipline. Even with talent takes you so far. If you're your 3 or 4, players, whatever, down the bench aren't, boxing out or playing, tough defense, and it doesn't help the starters,
So what's going on with Jason Tatum?
He's doing what he can. They're still have a winning record, 29-25. They're still in the run. But you need a good coach.
They are 8th in the NBA conference. They can be relegated too and have to play in. I don't know. They all right. Charlotte might be a better team at this stage. Atlanta's, again, the wheels are coming off that. Washington is in a free fall. But overall, I think that covers a lot of the NBA. What do you think?
Yeah, that's enough for me.
All right. So
one note. Jalen Green will be in the All-Star dunk contest.
Yeah.
So that's going to add a lot of value to his old, persona.
We're gonna see the jersey sales go up. I think
that's really good.
I think he's in his Penny Hardaway years.
The thing you gotta be careful with him is he's so young and he loves himself so much.
Oh my god,
that's dangerous. That's very dangerous.
I don't know about all that. You putting too much into knowing a man's character.
Look, bro. Every time
he's doing well in the spotlight.
Everything I tell you about character stuff, you kind of ignore. Please pay attention to this. Please pay attention to it.
All right, I'm here.
That's all I'm telling you.
Now I gotta pay attention to some gossip shit about a player. Like, man, I'm just watching the dude ball.
I'm just saying, as an OG, you
feeling himself too much.
Yeah, guide yourself in the right way.
I don't know. I don't want to be one step too close to being a Kermit.
I'm just saying,
I want to just enjoy their happiness. That's what it is.
You need some discipline, bro. That's not you personally, but these young cats need discipline.
So let's go to, I guess, the Texans. That's a fun topic as always.
The season is over, right? For the Texans.
I think it is.
Our coach got fired. Remember?
Yeah.
That's very controversial.
So weird.
It's not weird. It's, what it is.
We got what do you expect a coach to do when your number one starting quarterback is not playing your very first season? One thing I'll say about the Texans right now is maybe we take a look at Brian Flores, even though that he's going through all the controversy. I think that we look at I think I said it last year too, where we're not giving head coaches of highly impactful offensive teams a chance to interview to get head coaching positions. This is another example.
Who was a coach that just we gave all the power to and just messed it up?
Bill O'Brien.
Yeah, Bill O'Brien.
Like, why don't we give him a chance like that? But we can't give a
year after year
with a proven record.
Exactly.
And you know, going on to I know this is cultural, but it's like the players are over 75%. And this is a talking point all over the place.
Yeah, it's known.
How you telling me not a single one of them can be a head coach?
Yeah.
Like maybe there's a different perspective that's needed in today's game with today's youth and everybody that's now coming to the league. You got, man, college football is a whole different beast right now. High school football is a different beast. These pro players, again, are professional athletes that have been doing this for years. We gotta get out of this. Only old heads can make these decisions.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're speaking about, you know, race at this point, and it's known. Even Stephen A. Smith blasted it out, where it's a real big problem in the NFL as far as head coaches.
It turns me off. I mean, ever since Kaepernick, it's like, I'm like, I see it, but the problem is it's also an economic boon to most of the cities that have these teams. But it's getting a little old to see all the societal stuff just like not be a part of that. It seems like it's too.
They don't evolve with what's going on.
Yeah, it's too diverse of a fan base when you're in every large major city to not be reflecting even your community that you're in.
Well put.
I know that sounds weird.
No, that's well put. I understand that completely. Very nice. Another topic for the NFL, because I mean, you made a good point. Is Tom Brady retiring?
Oh man,
yeah. OG, that's a goat. That's a goat. That's a goat
for sure.
I don't give a lot of praise to people outside of the city, but you gotta, like, when Jordan retired, he was, you know, we had a great battles. You got to give it up to the greatest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's definitely deserves all his flowers and all that. I mean, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's a round of applause.
He did that thing when he won that championship.
7 rings.
He went to a whole nother team and did it.
That's crazy.
I got to bring up one point because it's very hilarious. So Bill Belichick, he's the one that exposed all the stuff that was going on with Brian Flores. So I mean, you know, I just wanted to touch on it because that was Tom Brady's coach. You know, and
He's getting kicked up and down.
Yeah,
like I don't know.
I don't know, because we don't know him personally. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but stuff is being uncovered. You know? And Tom Brady is definitely, you know, outstanding.
He deserves all the accolades
and
Bill Belichick might have gotten too many props along those years.
Exactly.
I think that's becoming
Tom
more and more
Brady.
evident.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Maybe Tom Brady will come back as a coach.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
But I think he's done though.
He'll probably
I think it's like Jordan coming back.
Yeah.
He's too good to be involved
without playing.
That man's international.
Maybe
now.
he'll own the team.
Yeah, and
he'll own the team.
He'll own the team.
Yeah, he's gonna do something big.
Yeah.
I don't know. We got
the Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl. We got the Bengals. We got the Rams. The halftime show is gonna go crazy.
Yes.
It's got the whole Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, and whole West Coast vibe in LA Stadium. Like, oh my god!
And LA's playing in LA.
Yeah.
You think it's gonna be to their demise though?
Kendrick gonna be out there. That shit is gonna be sick.
I know Odell Beckham is gonna be partying the night before the game.
He's gonna be partying the whole week.
The whole week he's gonna be dancing. He's just gonna be dancing.
I ain't mad at it. I think
so. You think that's their championship right there? Just having all the festivities going on without the game.
You have to enjoy it too.
I think they're professionals and getting to the stage.
Think so. I think that's where the Bengals have the upper hand. Where all this, you know.
Oh, okay. You mean? Yes. Do I think? So you think
it's too much distraction for?
But
LA
they've been
Rams.
living in the city. Yeah. It ain't nothing to them. Everybody gets used to the sunshine out of Cali.
This is the Super Bowl though. In your city, and you're playing.
You know how we were talking about cocaine before. Somebody's doing it that night before the game that's on the team.
Hey, Michael Irvin ain't coming back to those doors. Let's leave that in the past. Ain't nobody partying like our man was back in the day.
He's still doing it today. He's partying. You know, I'm not saying party.
Having a fun life.
He's having a fun life for sure.
Now where's that discipline at?
So I know one topic you wanted to touch on quickly is about the quarterback for the Bengals.
Oh yeah, Joe Burrow. I don't know, man. Shea Serrano was tweeting out some images of pictures, like showing him in comparison to some very famous, highly revered actors. And
shout out Shea Serrano. I got his book right here.
Nice.
Hip hop and other things.
Yeah, cop that.
Speaking of books, not to diverge, but Dilla Time is out, going over beats and rhymes of how a man transformed beat making in hip hop. But going back to Joe Burrow, I think he brings a lot of flavor. There's some sauce there.
Yeah, he got sauce for
it.
Real.
It is the year of the dragon, or excuse me, year of the tiger.
Mm-hmm.
So the Bengals are in the Super Bowl. Things are aligning for them. We'll see if LA can turn around, but it's an interesting Super Bowl. I don't really have a favorite. You guys?
I don't have a favorite either. I don't know what to predict, but we definitely have Hollywood versus, the normal American team.
I don't know. Maybe I'm a little salty that a team from Cincinnati is in the Super Bowl.
They're out the mud, bro. That's
we
the common
are
Midwest
the
term.
Houston.
Out the mud.
We are one of the largest cities in the United States, and Cincinnati, of all cities, is in the Super Bowl representing.
We ain't doing something right.
Something ain't right.
Mm-mm.
And then, oh my God, so much. I lack confidence in the decision making going forward. Like, we're not even gonna get a good. Like, we really gonna have another season where we don't have a good head coach?
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone, bro.
Yeah,
only darkness every day.
Yeah. Dynamo, on the other hand, we can talk about them.
Yeah,
they had a shitty season, so things are looking up.
You were so excited about them. Like,
I really was. They really shit the bed.
That's MLS in general for me. That's why I don't pay attention to it that much.
But we got a new coach. We got a new signee where we paid $4.2 million for an international player from Peru, number 9 on the squad. I think Figueroa. I think we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see.
That's what I got. We'll see what happens.
Spring training is around the corner for the Astros.
Oh yeah,
a ray of hope. Man.
Correa is still not signed, right?
That's correct.
Because they're on a lockout.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Oh, nice. So that's where it's at.
Yeah.
So
MLB.
Overall, what else we got on the agenda? So I guess let me go back to Dilla time a little bit. I mean,
there you go.
If you have an opportunity to check out some of the videos that I think Dan Charnas has put out there showing what exactly he did to beat making to be one of the producers, it's definitely worth checking out, especially if you love music. It's
you get that.
Nice.
Especially if you hear everything that's being played today, you're going to hear a lot of the drums that he first put out. He's one of the backing producers for a Tribe Called Quest, and had a strong partnership with Q-Tip. So
very nice background you gave.
Very,
check that out. Out.
Oh, R.I.P. man, he actually passed away, and it's tough to see people that made a difference in this world. It's see them shine in their afterlife, but this man really put some work in. So
we'll look into that for sure.
What else? We got South by Southwest coming up.
Yes, sir.
South by Southwest.
Look out for Waves On. They're in South.
We'll be out there.
We got a lot of projects coming up, and
incredible DJs
for sure. Scratch is gonna be making some big noise out there. So if you're at South by, please catch them out there, along with Candlestick Motivation.
Follow me on Instagram.
Yeah,
at Scritchy Scratch everywhere.
Hey. So we got the All-Star game. We got Super Bowl. We got the Super Bowl halftime.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, Versus seems like it's chilled out some.
Yeah.
Revolt TV has not had a few, the star power episodes. Especially, I mean, it's hard to do that once you one of your biggest stars, DMX, is on there.
The only thing that's volatile is only the markets,
right? Yeah. I mean, that's all in the growth industries. I think.
Yeah,
we'll
I just wanted to touch
see.
on it.
Yeah,
yeah, but
that's a whole thing.
Yeah,
yeah. So
I think we're good to close out, but we have a lot to look forward.
I think so. I think
NBA,
if you watch it
NFL.
possession by possession, get to see some of the best stars come to the city and show our young guys how a superstar does things. It's a lesson that every player's got to take. Sometimes you got to face a stronger challenge. You can't be the smartest man in the room. You want to be in a room where the other people around you are smarter than you, so you can absorb some of that.
Exactly.
And you can't always be that front runner, or you shouldn't want to be, because that being challenged is a key to growing.
Exactly. That's a good point for our players, just to watch the playoffs and pick up something that you're not comfortable with.
Yep.
Dope shirt, Dennis.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, Contemporary Arts Museum, their Dirty South exhibit. Go check it out. It's local content. Matter of fact, Contemporary Arts Museum is really putting it down for Houston and the hip hop scene and just artists in the Houston area. I think it's definitely worth visiting and checking out regularly.
Yeah.
Nice.
We are on YouTube as well, so make sure y'all
check out the episode, the recap.
See a sweater as well.
Exactly.
All right.
We out.
All right. You sing it, and I'll show you how my voice would have made an unbelievable thing good. Oh, okay, Joy.